What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Nitro Gaming. Today, we're going to be talking about Fantasy FC Team 2, which is dropping today. And there are so many different SBCs that come with today's content and throughout the week, one of which actually has a pretty big impact on an investment we've made. So, unfortunately, sometimes you just get cooked by EA Sports and the content they drop. This is one of those times, unfortunately, but hopefully we can still manage to make some profit on that card. We'll talk about that and a lot more today in the video, so make sure to drop a like if you haven't already, and let's hop into it. Do you need coins in FC25 Ultimate Team? Then go to u7buy.com. It is the quickest, most reliable, and the safest platform on the internet. Big creators use it. It has the best reviews. And if you use my code NITRO, you're going to get an extra 8% at checkout. You can even get specific players you want to add to your Ultimate Team straight from U7Buy. And if it's your first time, you'll get a newcomer's bonus added to what you get. Link down below. Fantasy FC Team 1 goes out of packs today, and let's do a quick review of cards that I think are good investments as they go out of packs. Now, of course, we wait until Division Rival Rewards to buy the cards every single week. And I think they hit more of a low point yesterday during those Division Rival Rewards, but we're still looking at some decent prices, some of which, like Malin, has actually risen over the last couple of hours. This card got as low as 393,000 coins, back up to 426K. You take a look at his games, guys. This is a card that has one match in about a week from now, and then doesn't have another match until April. So as a long-term investment, you would think it's a good pickup, but throughout March, we see a pretty big market crash in itself, so I'm not sure I like the cards from the Premier League as much as I like cards that are a little bit less risk, like Sunset. This card, this guy who's going to actually get an SBC soon as a Player of the Month, but this being upgradable, and he has a game every single week, including a match tomorrow against Atletico Madrid. Now, they're not favorites in that match, but he has another match next week, and then finally his last game on the 16th of March, a lot earlier than the 1st of April, which those Premier League games are. So cards like him, which have a pretty big upside still to those upgrades, cards like Alexandro and Philip Billing, I think are pretty good as well. You might even want to take a risk on a card like Baku. This is a card that, even though it is 90,000 coins, you add another playstyle plus to that kind of card, which he can get through these upgrades with a clean sheet. Obviously, he's a right back, so that clean sheet comes down to him, actually, a little bit. But you can also get those, skill move, weak foot upgrades. So if you got a skill move upgrade to going to 5-star, that would actually be a big upgrade from the 3-star. +1 overall there. A face stat going to 99, I'd say, is very possible, even if it's not likely in 4 games. They still have a very big chance of getting that, especially if they score a few against Mines tomorrow. And they have a game every week as well. So you could even take a risk on a card like Rydel Baku. But for the cards that are like Kvaratskhelia, for cards like Marmoush, for cards like Malin, I just don't really like them that much because I think that there's a lot of downside going into March. There's normally a drop on the meta market that brings cards prices down even if they're out of pack. So just be very careful with the high budget cards. Cards like Sigankov, not bad at all. So those are my favorite investments from team number 1. You could even say that team number 1 cards that are like 88 and 89 rated could be good, given the fact that Alexandro, he's 22,000 coins right now, and an 89 rated card, he is the cheapest 89 in the game, which means that if he were to get an upgrade, he'd go to 90 rated, right, guys? He'd go to 90 rated, and that would be an increase in price by at least a few thousand coins. Right now, 90 rated cards, they are going for 31,000 coins. Now, that'd be plus 9,000 coins on the card, assuming fodder doesn't fluctuate a little bit, which it will. But +1 overall with another win. Lille just need to get a win against PSG. That's not likely because PSG haven't lost since like mid-November against Bayern Munich. But they could get a win against Montpellier next week or against Nantes on the 15th of March. Hey, maybe they even do pull off the upset against PSG tomorrow. I think they have beaten them in the last year or so. So there's definitely a chance for Lille to get the win there. Either way, those are cards that I still think are very good value going out of packs. But let's talk about an investment we actually made last week, which I think is still a pretty good investment. We're making coins on on this card. But now, this Rafinha right here is a little bit more risky. 137,000 coins, 130K, 136K. Not a bad investment considering the fact that he's been chilling at about 160,000 coins. And that's what he's still at right now. But take a look at his graph over the last couple of days, especially on Wednesday when he went from 165K. He went a little bit lower than that at some point. Hold on. Which day did he get down to 140K? He did drop down to about 140K at some point. There it is, right there. It was between Wednesday and Thursday. He went from 165 to 140. That's a big drop on a card that's out of packs and has a lot of upside to him. Well, why did he crash like that? Well, it's because there is a leaked SBC for Rafinha. He's coming as an SBC / objective. I've seen more people saying that it's an SBC on the way for a World Tour card. I've also seen some people saying that it's going to have a finesse shot playstyle plus rather than the Tiki Taka. I'm not exactly sure what the card is guaranteed to look like, but we do know he's coming very soon to the game. And a lot of people are going to want this card. A lot of people are going to sell that in for him to get the SBC version of the card as long as it is an SBC. And with that, it means that our investment is a little bit more risky. It's a card that I think that, even though he fits these dribbling and passing boosts, hasn't gotten a great evolution quite yet. Similar to how the 86 got, fit into Fantasy Captain and went up in price a ton. That 86 went to over 200,000 coins by a significant amount, whereas the 88 didn't really go up quite as much. Only up about 25K right now. After tax, we're making ourselves about 18,000 coins per card on average. It's still nice profit. I'm probably going to sell because I just don't really want to risk it. Even though I think that this card still has a lot of upside in the short term with this SBC pending, it could actually be very dangerous to hold it and there could be a little bit of a drop in price. If there is, and he goes down a significant margin, I'm not going to be too afraid to reinvest. I still think that this card has a lot of upside for evolutions in the future, but in the short term, we kind of got cooked by EA Sports here. They're dropping an SBC for him, which means our investment kind of gets halted and affected a little bit by that content. But that's not the only SBC that's on the way right now for this promo. We've also got a Dennis Bergkamp coming as an on this day icon. Not sure if I'm going to do him. I kind of like my strikers at this point in the game to have like 93 pace and above, plus, maybe a quick step or a rapid plus on him. So we'll see how expensive this card is, and let me know if you guys plan on doing that right there. We're also going to get a Rolfo SBC. It's going to be a flashback Rolfo. A lot of people liked Rolfo, and that was one of the main left backs used in FC24. This year, haven't heard much about Rolfo, but it's going to be coming to the game as a squad building challenge in the next day. And here's the rest of the squad building challenges that are on the way. You've got Mohamed Salah. You've got Kolo Muani, who you saw in today's thumbnail. You've got Ashley Cole, who I think could be a good value SBC. We obviously had Ferland Mendy, who's expiring in the next couple of days. We're going to get another left back option now with Ashley Cole. We have Player of the Month, Dembele to be expected, and then Sunset beat out Antony for La Liga's Player of the Month. So Sunset is going to get a Player of the Month SBC, and you might say, well, if Rafinha's going to get an SBC and he's going to go down, why would I invest in the Fantasy FC Sunset? Well, the Fantasy FC Sunset can get upgraded, and that's the main reason why. And then the Liga F Player of the Month is going to be Gift Monday. Incredible name. But those are all of the different SBCs that are on the way. Let's go ahead and finish off the leaks, and then we're going to head back over to the market. We've got new season promos, FUT Birthday, Dream Chasers, Immortals Hero and Icon, and Invincibles Icons. Now, one thing I've also heard is that the next season is going to be called Memory Lane, which is why we've gotten the leaks for Gervinho, Ibarbo, and Doumbia. But I haven't been able to confirm that, and I don't want to get your hopes up too much because I've really been holding on to some hope that we're going to get some sort of nostalgia promo. But at this point, we don't know for sure, and I do not want to get anybody's hopes up about that. Today, we're going to get a big objective pack coming to the game, 90+4 fantasy Grassroots Greats, or Future Star. Any of the promos that dropped post Team of the Year. There is honestly some really good cards that you could get out of this, like Cruyff and Maradona, of course, Lamine Yamal, Endrick, Eto'o, Garencha. A lot of different cards that you can get out of that 90 plus times 4, but you are going to have to complete the objective to actually get that complete. Nonetheless, guys, that is about it for all of the leaks that we've got other than Fantasy FC Team 2, which is dropping today. And honestly, some big upgrades for cards like Rashford, Rodrigo, Alphonso Davies, Kiera Walsh, and Pavard and Nunez. So big players, big names coming to this team. It's going to honestly be even bigger boost than what we saw in team number 1, and we're going to make some coins off of that, but we're probably going to have to wait other than our Friday flipping, which we can definitely do. Last week Friday flipping worked really well for team 1. I'm not sure if it'll work as well for team number 2. We are going to make our investments in this team a little bit later in the week, so be on the lookout for that. But let's head over back onto the market and see what is moving, what is going up, and what is going down. Of course, when it comes to fodder cards, there are 3 cards that stand out above the rest. That's going to be Aouid Hossein, the center back, 88 rated for 16,000 coins. Alexandro, we talked about already. Saigenkov for a 90 rated player. Once they get their upgrades, guys, I mean, they're going to go up in price, especially that Saigenkov. Lots of upside for that card. In terms of the rest of fodder cards, 85s are still pretty low at 3.3. They seem to hit 4,000 coins pretty often, but hasn't been going up as much every Tuesday when we get these upgrade packs like 83 plus times 10 or the 83 plus times 10. You get 3 player picks. I don't even know what that one's called. You get 3 picks. You saw me open it at the beginning of the video, but I don't really think fodder has a ton of upside right now. I don't think that we're going to see them spike like we did during Team of the Year up until we at least get like FUT birthday or something along those lines. I don't really see EA Sports pushing the fodder cards all that much, but we'll see over the course of the next couple weeks what leaks we get and what kind of upgrade SBCs we might get every Tuesday to push these cards up in price. But if you're investing in fodder, I mean, it's got to be the Future Stars cards, in my opinion, because of the fact that they can get upgraded. I'm not saying that, fodder, these Saigenkovs that are 31K are going to be 45K, but if that gets upgraded to 91 rated, that Saigenkov is going to hit at least like 39,000 coins for sure. So that's still a very, very nice profit on that card. Let's go ahead and take a look at the overall market, though, because we're seeing cards on the evolutions continue to be the main way to make coins. And we just saw Valverde go extinct. He was 20,000 coins. I think this was more of an obvious card. We knew that this kind of card was going to get an evolution eventually. He went from about 22,000 coins all the way up to 40K and extinct now, and I don't think it's going to stop there. Eventually, we're going to get 89s used in these evolutions. Eventually, we're going to get 90 rated cards used in these evolutions, and when you look at 89 rated cards that are kind of meta, you look at cards like Lautaro Martinez. You look at cards like the Grassroots Greats Mahrez, even Alexandro before an upgrade, right? So there's another reason that Alexandro could be a good investment. You look at 90 rated cards, guys, and you find cards like Hansen, and you find cards like Vinicius Jr., who could definitely go up in price once they fit into an evolution. Now, when will EA Sports introduce 90 rated cards to evolutions? Obviously, it hasn't happened yet. We haven't really seen 89s used in evolutions yet, but eventually it will come. And so keep an eye on these evolutions. Once these 89 rated evolutions start dropping, I think just stock up on, Hansen's and Vinicius Jr. He might be much cheaper by then as well. I would say it's too early to pick these cards up, but it's something to keep in mind over time. For 89 rated cards as well, let's go and scroll down. Virgil van Dijk, that is one right there that absolutely could go up a ton with some evolutions. Right now, he fits into the passing boost and the dribbling boost, so he might be up in price a little bit, 25,000 coins, but not a ton, right? I guess he's really not up that much. 22,000 coins was his low point, 21,000 maybe. Right now, he's about 25K, so you'd be paying a premium to spend 25. Try to get him as close to 20K as possible, but that is a card that you can hold for a couple weeks, and you're guaranteed to make profit once that evolution comes out. In fact, I think he goes extinct at 47,000 coins eventually. It's just about when will 89 rated cards be used in evolutions? And that is going to be determining when he goes extinct, just like Valverde did yesterday. It's just a matter of time before, more and more of these cards go extinct. We've seen it for Rafael Leao. We've seen huge price increases for Teo Hernandez, who's still 400,000 coins on the market. Those meta gold cards, once they get into those evolutions, there is no stopping them from absolutely flying in price. Cristiano Ronaldo can even fit into some evolutions right now. So you've seen his card has gone up from about 5.8 thousand coins to 8,000 coins. So lots of upside on that Virgil van Dijk card. I really, really like evolution players as investments, guys. That is really the way to strike gold, is finding your card in a popular evolution players and just waiting until that happens. So that's still the main way that you guys got to be making coins on the market. Let's take a look at team of the week number 24. There's actually a couple cards in this team that could do well. When do we buy these cards? Well, it's Friday right now, which means that Weekend League is underway. FUT Champs is going to last until Tuesday morning, but I do think that Sunday, after the squad battle rewards come out, is a great time to pick up any of these cards. There's a couple reasons for that. One, FUT Champs is not over, and it's not close to being over, but it's a great time for supply. Squad battles plus FUT Champ rewards at the same time brings these prices down. Two, there's going to be upgrade packs on Tuesday, and a lot of times the informs, the fodder cards especially, are used for those, which pushes them back up in price. So I'd say wait until Sunday when those cards hit their cheapest if you're going to go in on the fodder team of the weeks. But if you're looking at cards like Salah as an investment, who's 340,000 coins right now, I'd say the exact same time to pick up that card. You'll wait until it goes out of packs, and you might see that card creep up in price if you get it at the low point. I would say buy on Sunday. You could even sell it right after Division Rival rewards on Thursday night, after you see a little bit of a spike in price on that card. If you take a look at Team of the Week, number 23, there weren't a ton of different meta cards out of this team. But if we take a look at Cecina, who is definitely a meta card and not a fodder card, you can see that he hit his low point. It was like on Sunday at 17,000 coins, and he's slowly risen ever since then. He's gone up pretty much every single day about 1,000 coins. So he hit a low point on Sunday, 17K. He's up to 24,000 coins in about 5 days, guys. That's a pretty nice increase in price that I'm expecting to happen for Team of the Week 24 as well. But there's not really any other meta cards out of this team. Maybe Wan-Bissaka right there, 25K. This is a card that also fits into evolutions like Fantasy Captain and the dribbling boost and stuff like that. So that could be a reason that it's up in price right now. But he's been as low as about 21,000 coins. I think he gets back down to that 21K by Sunday, and then you could pick up a couple of Wan-Bissakas. That's honestly not a bad investment. I do think that that's a usable card. We know very well that right backs from Premier League have done so well for us in terms of investments all year. And let's go ahead and take a look at Diogo Dalot, who is under 100K right now. But I don't know if you guys have been following me for that long. If you have, tell me if you remember the video where I talked about this Dalot. He was about 18,000 coins. We invested in that card at 18,000 coins, and I said that I had a vision. I was lit, and you can clown me in the comments for this. I understand how crazy and pathetic this sounds, but I actually had a dream where I woke up and I checked Futbin, and this card was 100,000 coins. And then the next day I told you guys to invest in him. We bought at 18K. I sold at like 30,000 coins. We took our profits and ran. Yesterday, fellas, he hit 100,000 coins. Or I guess this week, he hit 100,000 coins. The vision came true for Diogo Dalot, the right back who hit 18,000 coins, actually went all the way back up to 100K. I didn't actually think it would happen. I thought that it was too much of a pipe dream, but give it a month and a half, and it actually happened. So I thought I'd bring that back up just because Diogo Dalot did hit 100K. I'd give an update on when we talked about that about 6 weeks ago. But will Wan-Bissaka hit 100,000 coins? No, I don't think he will. I don't think I'll let you know if I have a dream about Wan-Bissaka though, but I don't think he will. Nonetheless, I do think he's probably a good investment on Sunday for Team of the Week number 24. But that's about it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. If you made it to the end, the secret word of the day is going to be WAN. W-A-N. If you use that anywhere in your comment, even you can even hide it somewhere in the comment. I'll find it. I'll drop a heart on every comment that uses the word WAN in your comment. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace out.